Centuries ago, the galaxy was brought to its knees by an alien race of parallel ruthlessness. The invaders possessed a mind controller armlet which gave them unlimited powers. They used the armlet to enslave and conquer every race on all planet they encountered, including Earth. Unknown to the aliens, there was an existence of a creature whose mind cannot be controlled, and it lived amongst the humans, called the featherless Condo. The Condo took the armlet from the aliens, forcing them to flee into the far reaches of space. Fearing the aliens might return again to look for the armlet, the Condor decides to hide it deep under the Earth where it can never be found. Earth and other planets is safe once again, and peace reigns for generations to come. As one generation succeeded the other, the descendants of the featherless Condo forgot about the aliens, but the aliens did not forget. They swore that one day they will take back what belongs to them, and they will rip their vengeance upon the entire galaxy. Back to the present day, we see a Condor called Theo playing a football match. Seeing he has full support from his crush Yayita, he puts all efforts in winning the game. Things are tough for him because of his dull-head teammates, and just when he gets the chance to score a goal, he gets knocked to the ground by his own teammate Pep, who wants to take the glory of scoring the goal. Theo fakes an injury and Pep gets a red card. Theo gets back on his feet, scores a goal, and wins the game. During an interview, he flirts with the reporters, leading to Yayita to electrocute him out of jealousy. Theo places her hand on his chest to assure her that he loves no one else but her. He surprises Yayita with her ticket to the boxing match tonight, but she flares up because he has forgotten that tonight is her mother's birthday celebration. Just during their conversation, Peep shows up with a hot air balloon to surprise Yayita's mother, Treem, on her birthday. To make Theo jealous, she accepts to take a ride home from Peep, who also seems interested in her. While his teammate celebrates their victory on their today's football match, Theo laments how Pep is trying to steal Yayita away from him with his wealth. He is not ready to handle the risk on losing her and decided to do something to get rid of Pepe once and for all. A man wearing a suit suddenly enters the bar and delivers the package he asked for. It is a wedding ring which Theo plans to use to secure his relationship with Yayita, but all doesn't go well as Yayita's mother, Treem, overheard what they were saying. She warns Theo never to think of marrying her daughter because he is an ugly, unemployed, ignorant, and a poor idiot. She wants her daughter to get married to a rich man like Pepe. Treem grabs his ring, swearing that as long as she walks this earth, he will never marry her daughter. Theo returns home really sad. The only thing holding him back now to be with Yayita is her mother. To cheer him up, Theo's brother, Chicky, prepares his favorite pizza for dinner. A strange number calls their phone. Theo thinks it's a costume, not knowing it's actually the king of the aliens called Molosco on a call with him. Emperor Molosco proposes a deal with him. If he should bring him the armlet of unlimited powers to him, he will give him anything he desires in return. Theo mistakes the alien for a phone company provider and intentionally makes a deal with the alien for Yayita's mother Treem to be kidnapped. During Treem's 59th birthday, her husband Don accidentally burns her cake. This night couldn't get any more worse for her when her husband gifts her an electric razor as her birthday present. Theo later arrives with a bunch of flour and apologizes to Yayita for his behavior. He gives Treem a birthday present, which is also an electric razor, which makes her so angry. Treem was like, "Do you all see some kind of hairy animal when you look at me?" Yes, of course, that's exactly what we see. During the argument, a gigantic extraterrestrial ship shows up at their house, demolishing their whole building. A drone comes out from it and kidnaps Treem, taking her inside the ship. The alien kings show up in a projector and informs Theo that he has completed the part of his deal by kidnapping Treem. Theo sees this as a big misunderstanding, as he didn't literally mean he should take her. Emperor Molosco threatens him to bring the armlet to him before 24 hours is over, or he's going to kill Treem. Theo sneaks up to Yayita's room where she is found crying concerning her mother's dismissal. She blames Theo for her mother's kidnap and breaks up with him. Chicky gets a message from the aliens. The armlet is located in Condorito, in a place called the Catacomb of Certain Death. Only the featherless Condo can enter the catacombs. When Theo sees that Peep now has a big chance to steal Yayita from him, he decides to go on a mission to rescue Treem. He doesn't have enough money to book a plane ticket, so he disguises himself as a plane host to get inside the plane. After a while, he realizes the plane is not landing at his destination, which is Condorito, but is instead going to Alaska. So he and his brother Chicky quickly takes a parachute to land them right at their destination, but there is something for them to worry about as some sharp objects burst the balloons, making them to fall to their deaths. Meanwhile, at the alien spaceship, it's lunchtime for Emperor Molosco. He searches for his lunchbox, leading to his subordinates to make mockery of him. He reminds them that they should all have respect for the chain in command, or they will never have the chance in taking over the world. He later gets informed that their captive has been secured in the abduction chamber. He goes to see the captive who turns out to be Yayita's mother Treem. The alien king happens to fall in love with her at first sight because she looks like a living planet. We see some spies in black suit who communicates with one another about losing track of the featherless Condo Theo. Thanks to the trees, Theo and his brother were able to survive the fall. Treem is wary of Emperor Mollusco, thinking he wants to use her for an experiment, but to her surprise, he asked her to be his guest for dinner tonight. Treem is dressed in an empress attire, and Emperor Mollusco presents her with a very special meal, an alien who cooked himself for her to eat. Treem is given something else to eat, and she is shocked because no one has never loved her like this. On her planet Earth, the more gravity you have, the less respect you get. A big woman can't go a single day without being the butt of a stupid joke. The alien shows her footages of her husband chilling with girls on Earth. He promises that once he gets the armlet, he will put the universe under his control, and he wants her to be his queen, which she accepts. Meanwhile, Theo and his brother finally arrives at the catacombs. Based on Chicky research, there is a terrifying guardian inside whose job is to protect the armlet. Whenever someone sets foot inside the dungeon, he rises from the dead to fight them and fulfill its sacred duty. Just as they get inside the dungeon, they get chased by the guardian, an ancestor of Theo. They get into a bigger trouble as more mummies comes out from their grave and begins coming after them. Theo finally sees the armlet of unlimited powers. He wears it believing it will give him unlimited strength to subdue the enemies, but this only proves his stupidity. He later realizes that the armlet gives the power to control minds, and he uses this to have some fun. He commands the mummies to do ridiculous stuffs like dancing, and at the end, he commands them to return back to their grave. Theo tries to contact Emperor Mollusco to give the armlet in exchange for Yayita Mother, but Chicky informs him that once the alien king gets hold of such weapon, he will use it to enslave the entire galaxy. That was why the guardian hid it in the catacombs. Theo considers his brother's opinion in finding another way to save Yayita's mother, but he later changes his mind and calls the alien after seeing Peppa with Yayita. He handed the armlet over to the aliens, but they refused to complete their part of the deal by handing Treem back to them. Theo cries as he just made everything worse. Some men in black suits suddenly shows up and kidnaps him and his brother. Emperor Mollusco holds a meeting with his people, but as usual, they weren't taking him seriously. They weren't paying attention to his speech, as some were busy on a phone call while some were eating. Furiously, he uses the armlet to mind control them all to shut up. He states out his plans and sets out to conquer the planets alphabetically. Theo and his brother are kidnapped to the secret headquarters of the International Space Invaders Defense Program. An agent explains to them how their unit has been tasked for years with secretly defending Earth from alien attacks, but none as dangerous as the Molluscosians. Luckily, they are prepared to vanquish Emperor Mollusco and his army since they believe the armlet is in Theo's possession. But as the organization finds out he gave it to the aliens, they are terrified that planet Earth will soon be doomed, as there is a signal which indicates to them that they are already approaching Earth. A meeting is held among the agents. Their only hope is to destroy the alien mothership before it reaches Earth. Their scientist has designed a virus that will cause the core of the mothership to overheat, but however, someone has to go up there to install it manually. None of the agents agree to such a dangerous mission, but even if any one of them agrees to go, the armlet will alert Emperor Mollusco of any approaching foreign intelligence. Only someone with a nearly undetectable IQ can sneak into that ship, a complete bird brain if I may say. Theo comes in and volunteers to go for the mission because his race, the featherless Condo, is immune to the armlet. Theo is placed inside a ship that is equipped with automatic pilot, which will handle both the takeoff and the landing. Once he has completed his mission, all he has to do is to say the word bingo, and the autopilot will take him back to Earth. Theo is worried that he might screw things up, but the agent advises him not to think about saving the world, but he should think about saving those he loves. The people watches the news about the upcoming alien attack and how Theo is going to space to stop them. The secret organization launches Theo to space only for him to realize that his little brother Chicky is also in the ship, as he can watch Theo do this risky mission on his own. They enter the alien mothership through an opening where their waste are thrown away. After a safe landing, Theo slips, but luckily for him, he finds the core of the alien ship where he is to activate the virus that will crash the alien ship. But before he does so, Chicky advises him to rescue Treem first. Theo finds his way into Emperor Mollusco chambers where he finds him doing some massage on Treem. He tries to take her out of the ship, but Emperor Mollusco men captures him, and according to his orders, they take him to the chamber of violent incineration. Treem was willing to stay at the ship as Emperor Mollusco Queen, but when she finds out his plans to attack Earth soon, she changes her mind. At the chamber of violent incineration, Emperor Mollusco commands his system to roast Theo to death. Before he dies, he gives Chicky a goodbye speech. In his whole life, he has never sacrificed anything for the people he loves, but maybe this is an opportunity for him to do so. He says the word bingo, which turns on their spaceship autopilot, and Chicky is taken back to Earth, not before saying his last words. "Tell Yayita how much I love her." A fire is released in the chamber, and just when we thought it already burnt down Theo, Treem had already used Emperor Molosco's staff to save him. They both find a way to escape from the ship. Since he already sent the ship he came with back to Earth, Treem suggests they use the aliens' escape pods. Just before they got there, the system informed the aliens how their ship will be destroyed in 5 minutes, all thanks to the virus Theo installed in it. The aliens are in panic, and just like the Titanic movie, 3 aliens are seen playing the violin, while the others struggle to escape with the last few pods in the ship. Just as Emperor Molosco is waiting for Treem to come join him for swimming, he gets informed of the emergency. He uses his laser to take down their escape pod, and as for the aliens, things didn't go well for them either. Their ship gets destroyed by the virus, while Theo shares his spacesuit with Treem. His brother Chicky later arrives to their rescue, but Emperor Molosco shows up out of nowhere and blows up their ship. A final battle begins, and Chicky saves the day by defeating Molosco. They used Molosco alien pod to take them back to Earth. They landed very roughly, and Pepe's expensive car is destroyed in the process. The townspeople gather around them. After finding about their heroic deed, they praise them. The secret organization appears to have Emperor Molosco in their captive. They plan to use his tentacles for experiment. Theo decides to head home, accepting to Yayita's mother, but he doesn't deserve to be her husband. She gives him back his engagement ring and encourages him to ask her out. The movie ends as Theo asks Yayita's hand in marriage, but she rejects his proposal because it's too soon, but agrees on keep dating him. They both have a romantic kiss, but it didn't end there, as Theo uses the armlet he took back from the alien to punish Pepe into acting like a donkey. The Guardian later shows up, and Theo handed it back to him to keep it safe. Thank you for watching, guys. If you love animation movies, please subscribe to this channel and keep watching. Bye.